So a very warm welcome to each one of you, and I would congratulate you all that you have chosen SAS programming training as one of your career options, and I hope this will be a very good experience for each one of you, where you'll be learning this technology and you'll be doing great in your careers. Yes, you have a bright future here, and thanks for selecting Guru School as well. So let's begin. So we'll start with an introduction. So on your screen, you can see this is an introductory slide, which is introducing me as one of your SAS trainer. So myself, Ashwini Chinsule. I have overall nearly, you can say, 10 plus, 12 plus years of experience. Actually, I've done my master's in microbiology. I've done my PG diploma in clinical research. I was working into research field in one of the institutes in India. Um, but then something inclined me over clinical research, and I went ahead and took the course. During this course of clinical research, I actually got introduced to SAS, and this is where the journey of SAS started with me since 2008. So I started my excuse me. I started my career since 2008 into SAS as a SAS trainer with the SAS India affiliated or authorized training partner named as Ultramax then. So I was working with them since 2008 to 2013 as a SAS trainer with a domain specific of clinical research. I'm an accredited and certified trainer from SAS India for base, advanced BI, TVPDI. Moving ahead, I wanted to have an exposure over a data analysis field. Uh, so I moved into Concentrix Dutch and I worked as a SAS programmer, and I worked there for nearly 4.5 years. And since 2013, 2017, I worked as a senior data analyst. But being a core trainer, I again came back into training since 2018. I'm working as a freelancer into the training field of SAS. I worked with SAS India, I worked with its affiliated partners, and I also do the freelancing with various organizations. So this is overall from my end, and I have a good knowledge, or I could say that I am confident and I have knowledge into base SAS, into advanced SAS, into clinical DI, into business intelligence, and of course, I also have knowledge of R programming. So this is, in short, a brief introduction from my end. So to begin with, I would also like my participants to speak over and give an introduction. To start with, let's start from, of course. So here we have Nilima first. Yes, Nilima, you can unmute yourself and you can give your brief introduction. And you can always tell what's your qualification, your work experience, if any, and how are you looking ahead your career? Yes, Nilima, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So this is Nilima. I have done my master's in biochemistry, and I have worked as scientist in Dr. Reddy laboratories for over 12 years. Everything was in preclinical section in vitro department. And then in 2019, I had to move over to USA. So since in my area, I was not finding my related jobs over here. So I thought, okay, let me shift my career to something where I can do remote and which is more demanding. So um, in that search, I was just in Facebook, I was just referring to different kinds of people, groups, and all. So wherein I came across with Ashwini, and then I came about all these. No, I came to know about all these GuruSchools and all, and then I just got enrolled myself, and I'm looking forward to start my career fresh. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Nilima, for this brief introduction. I will
Thank you.
welcome you as well for this lucrative, upcoming, and a very good opportunity into SAS with your respect, respective whatever your previous experience you have. Yes, thank you, Nalina, and welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we can move ahead with Priyanka. Yes, Priyanka, go ahead.
Hi, Ashwini.
Hi.
I'm fine. So, my name is Priyanka Gupta, and I'm based in Boston right now. I worked as a physician for a couple of hours and chose to move towards masters in public health, which I did in 2009. I worked for some time as a public health professional in India and US. Then I went into mid visa situations and I have not worked for around 5 years. I just got my visa issues resolved and I'm looking to start working. And I just thought to do SAS would be a good place to start.
Great. Thank you, Priyanka. So I hope this will help you to have a very good career ahead with respect to your previous experience, and welcome you as well. Moving ahead, we have Shanmuga next.
Hi, I'm Shanmuga Sundari Mani. I completed BE Electronics and Communication Engineering some years back, and I don't have any work experience. Uh, that's it, I think. Hello.
Yes, Shanmuga, you can speak. Move ahead.
I don't have any work experience and all. That's why I couldn't speak more about
No
myself.
problem, no problem. If you have no work experience in their relative field, no issues. But any type of work which you have done earlier, not related to IT or non-IT field.
Okay, well, 3 months ago I joined in the preschool. Just I worked there. That's it. That's my experience. 3 months
Oh,
only.
fine. And since how long you are in US?
2019 I came here. Before that I had been in Minneapolis for 5 years. After
Mm-hmm.
that I went to India for 2 years. I been there in India.
Okay,
After that I come
great.
here. Yeah.
Okay, so you have done your BE in computers, right?
Electronics and Communication Engineering.
All right. Okay. Great. Great. A very good field. And yes, from a technical background, you will have a very good career with SAS. As
Thank you.
yes, as we do require technical people as well. It's not only that life sciences people can look ahead their career. It's not at all like this. We can, and we do have technical background people into this field, and they are working into various domains. So welcome you as well for this course, which is SS, and wishing you a very best of luck for starting your career into SS. Yes,
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you,
you so much.
Shanmuga. Yes. Next
Yeah.
we have Swarupa. Yes, Swarupa.
Hi Ashwini and hi everybody. This is Swarupa Shinde. I live in Dallas, Texas. I have done my master's in pharmacy in 2004 in biopharmaceutics. I worked as a lecturer for 1 year and then after marriage I came here in 2005. I did some volunteering work in Kansas University for 6 months. Then again we moved. Then we moved back to India, and somehow I was not able to work after that. Somehow I got like I was like my kids are growing up, so I was like getting bored. So I was looking for the career options, and I found Guru School on Facebook, and then we approached and thought SAS will be a good option for me. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, as you said that you did you work earlier, as you said?
Uh, I I worked as a lecturer in India for 1 year after my
Mhm.
master's.
Okay, so into your same field, lectureship.
Yeah. Yeah, pharmaceutics.
Okay, okay, good, good. Fine. Very good career option. Also, you have with pharmaceutical background and with SAS, you will have a very promising career into SAS, mostly into your life sciences domain. Or even if you are open, like all of you, irrespective of the life sciences domain, if you people are open to work into any domain, either it's banking, it's insurance, it's telecommunication, it's retail. Yes, you can work as SAS programmers. With this training, you are open to work into any domain. All right, so it is not restricted only to pharmaceutical industry. All right, so with this, I welcome each one of you. Of course, it's personal welcome as well and a warm welcome from me and Guru School for opting this course and starting your career with SAS. So to begin with, let's start with an introduction about SAS. So SAS, it stands for Statistical Analysis System. All right, so it's a system. So it's not a software. So in case any of you have any idea what is the difference between a system and a software? Yes, any idea? Shanmugha?
Uh,
System means it has more softwares in it,
Mhm.
and it has multiple um, softwares. That's the I think.
Okay, great, great, good. Anything to add from anyone apart from Shanmuga? Any idea? Nilima, Priyanka, Swarupa? Okay, if
Practically, I
no,
should remember, but I
uh-huh,
don't.
it's okay, no problem. All right. So you people are all aware and are using or might have used any time in your life Microsoft Office, right? So within Microsoft Office, if we are looking ahead to document something, we use Microsoft Word software. I hope you are able to correlate with what I'm trying to tell you. So if we are have to have any data to be created, we use Microsoft Excel. If we are looking ahead for any presentation, we use PowerPoint, right? If we want to save data as a database, we use Microsoft Access. Yes, are you people correlate, able to agree? Yes,
Yes.
Swarupa?
Yes.
Okay, great. So when I'm saying it's Microsoft Office and within Microsoft Office, I'm using Word file, I'm using Excel file, I'm using presentation file, I'm using Access files. What are these? These are various softwares which are integrated on a platform or on a system of Microsoft Office. Hence, Microsoft Office, we term it as a system or a platform. Likewise, it is having various tools or various softwares which are doing various tasks, right? So when I say it's statistical analysis system, it is SAS as a system which is comprising of various tools, various packages, various softwares which are used under one platform. Like data accessing, we have a software. For data integration, we have a separate software. For data managing, we have a separate software. For data presentation, we have a separate software where it's called as business intelligence. It's done within SAS by using SAS visual analytics software. Then we have Suppose we want to have a statistical analysis done, so we have enterprise minor. So like this, we have various softwares within SAS which are performing various data related activities. Hence SAS is termed as statistical analysis system. All right. So why statistical? It's because it was developed in the year 1960s by scientists who were actually working on agricultural data for the statistical analysis. And since then, it is called as statistical software. But as and the development in the softwares and the various enhancements were occurring, it was making it more powerful, and hence it's termed as statistical analysis system. All right. So this is something which is about SAS. So as I said, you the software was developed in the year 1960s, but it was later on converted into a company in 1976. But I would really tell it, SAS is still not termed as a company. It is still termed as institute. All right, because we have Jim Goodnight as the CEO, who was the professor and who was doing the research, and he was the one of the core founder of SAS software since 1960, and he believes that SAS is a platform to be learned and explored, and hence it is termed still as institute and not as a organization. All right. Okay, so it is a market leader in business intelligence and analytical softwares and services. SaaS solutions are used by more than 80,000 customers in various sites worldwide. Okay, so it's just to give you a glance that how vast this technology is and how vastly it is used by various organizations into various countries. All right. So this is just in short about its global reach and connecting with customers. So we have around SaaS been used in nearly 145 countries worldwide. We have various customer sites around 83,000. It's used into businesses, it's used into government organizations, and as well as universities. There are 96, it is 96 of the top 100 companies, and it was in the recorded in the year 2017 by Global Fortune. All right, so nearly it has 13,955 employees. Worldwide revenue was recorded in 2017, which is US dollars 3.24 million billion. All right. So just wanted to give you the brief how vast the span of SaaS is and how it has been used, or it's used by various companies in various countries. Okay, so it is an integrated system of software that enables to perform the various tasks related to data. As we have discussed in our very first slide, that it's termed as a system which is integrated with various softwares which performs various data related activities, right from data entry, data retrieval, management, mining, reporting, graphics, statistical programming, statistical analysis, quality improvement, research. Of course, one can also develop various softwares, and you can perform data warehousing. Now, when we say data warehousing, it's nothing but extracting the data, transforming the data, and loading the data. So these are some of the features of SAS. Now, SAS is, though it's a system, it's a platform, it has various features that it can connect to various softwares irrespective of various domains, and we can fetch in the data from the softwares into SAS environment, and we can also generate the reports into various formats. Now these are some of the examples. Either you can generate the report into PDF, into HTML, into RTF. All right, one can also write programs in SAS using your SQL language. So this is some of the features into SAS. Now I know most of you are from life sciences background. Some of the technologies or terms related to computers is unfamiliar. But yeah, nowadays it's quite understood that we can connect to various softwares, we can generate various reports into various softwares, right? So this is how it's telling you. So you can also generate reports with CSV, with PDF, RTML, RTF, XML, etc. Fine. So advantages of SAS. Just excuse me some for few minutes. I have some network issue. I'll just fix it up and we'll be back. Okay. So moving ahead, so if you look at this slide, it's telling advantages of SAS. Uh, to begin with this advantage, let me give you a brief understanding what is ETL and all the stuffs. All right. All right. A very basic example which I always give into every session of mine is related to a telecom industry. Sorry. So we everyone are using various service providers to opt our telecom services, right? So because I reside in India, I'll give you some of the service providers' names, irrespective of their brand names, just to make you feel that how it works. Okay. Like for example, now we have various service providers in India, like Vodafone, which is now merged with Idea, so we call it as VI. Then we have Airtel, we have Geo, BSNL, of course, which one of its government organizations. So when it comes to customer care, or when it comes to a customer where he or she is looking out for some relevant plans for their usage or upgrading themselves. Now, typically, some few years ago, either 5, 6 years ago, people were coming down to the stores wherever the outlets are, and they were talking to the customer representative that what are they are looking ahead, and accordingly, the customer representative were providing the plans of their what service they are looking ahead, correct? But nowadays everything has become digitalized, and we know we do have every service provider's respective apps. So the customer himself goes to the app and looks into the various offers and what are the trends of various offers, and how it's beneficial economically, and of course how it is beneficial in every area for that particular customer. So what is this? So the customer is actually looking out for the various upgradations to be done on his existing services, so that he gets a better service. But then what is happening at the back end, this all information is captured at a specific level, where you call it as at this database level. So the customers, where they are using, either walking down to the various outlets, or if they are working on by using their apps, there are various servers at the back end which are capturing this information. And when it comes to an individual store, every store might be having a database which they follow, or but nowadays it's all become streamlined. It's all become at an organization level, at enterprise level. There is a huge database being developed at the back end. So either people use Oracle, MySQL, or Teradata as databases. So this data is captured at database level, and when it is into a database, it's most of the time the data may not be as per the requirement for the analysis, for performing the analysis, correct? So hence the data needs to be cleansed, the data needs to be mined, the data needs to be saved accurately into various forms, and that is what we term it as ETL. So the previous slide was talking about data warehousing, extraction, transformation, loading, ETL. So we extract the data, we transform the data, and we load the data. So when the data is into database, and we are working into SAS. Now make a note, SAS is not a data warehouse software or a system. It's not at all used as a data warehouse system. Okay, it's a system which is used into planning, reporting, analysis, presenting. All right, but it's not at all a dataware system. So when I say dataware, it means where data is saved in a huge quantity. For that, SAS depends, or SAS is dependent or reliable to use this huge databases like Teradata, SQL, MySQL, Oracle, Sybase, and there are many more. All right, so these databases are being used to store the data. We as a data analyst, when we are working on SAS, we actually connect these databases and we take in the data into SAS and we perform our further activities. So that is why if we are working into SAS, we are going to extract the data from various databases. We are going to transform it as per what we are looking ahead into SAS, and we're going to load it within the SAS system for our further use. All right. So this was some basic understanding about ETL. So this was some of the features where I said one can interact with database by using an SQL language. And of course, you people will get introduced to SQL also in your upcoming programming.
Ashwin,
Advantages of SAS, yes.
I think we are on slide 1 still.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I hope you can view this now.
Yeah, now we are on slide 4.
Oh, I hope
Are
now
we?
you can see this.
Yeah, we are seeing the slides. Are we getting the presentation? Is
This
that
recordings will be provided to you.
okay?
And
Okay.
this is just an introduction, but when we'll start with actual course, I'll be providing you all the study material, do not worry. But
Yeah,
for
yeah.
today, it's just the introduction. All
Okay.
fine? Yeah.
Yes.
So I was talking about this dataware ETL, and these are the various softwares of SAS which are being used into industries. Okay, so this is the features of SAS, as we've already discussed, that yes, one of the major feature is that SAS can process millions of rows and thousands of columns. So there is no limitations of rows getting processed in SAS, because there are some of the like limitations with other softwares in analysis where they have restrictions to use some data with limit of rows. But in SAS, we do not have that limitations at all. We can read any we can read and write any format type of files. Different file formats, like it could be we can read a flat file, we can read a or we can read a structured file, or any file from any database. Many built-in statistical and random number of functions are there which can be directly used. This means that you do not have to sit and create or write a function or a formula to calculate a particular required stuff. So it's already predefined into SAS. It's ready to use. So it's comprehensive date and time is very handy to be used into your data. Now, what does this mean? You will get this idea once we start with our actual coding or actual course. Then interaction with database through SQL. Yes, this is one of the major features when we were going to use, or we are going to use SAS. There is this interface of SQL which we connect to databases where we can extract the information and we can analyze it. And of course, we can generate the reports into various formats. So these are some of the names of this format as CSV, HTML, PDF, RTF. All right. Okay. So advantages of SAS. So insights, predictions, decisions related to data is done under one platform. Okay, so there is a one topic here called as accurate. SAS is accurate. It's one of its advantage. Now, why it's called as accurate? As very correctly we have defined that it's a statistical analysis system. It's a software which was been developed in 1960 for statistical analysis of agricultural data. So in stats, make a note, 0 always have some value. Mathematically, we say 0 has no values, okay? But in stats, 0 does have some value. So when you're using this 0 into calculation, the values of what the endpoint result is going to vary. So if you have any experience, if anyone earlier might have used Microsoft Excel, and in case if you are working on a specific table where you have the table for customers, okay, but there are some customers who might have not come to your specific stores on a specific day because you might be having that day some off due to some reason. So that day is going to be no purchase day, correct? So in Excel, that particular cell or that particular column, we give the value as 0, correct? If the no sale, for numeric value it's 0. For character, we can put it as NA, correct? Because in Excel, the sheets cannot be left, the cells cannot be left blank. And this during analysis, 0 does affects the result. But when it comes to SAS, when we do not have the value in a specific field, that means it's a missing value. So in SAS, missing is going to be missing. So there is no adjustment in the value of missing in SAS. So if the value is missing, SAS does not work on missing values. And hence, it gives statistical accuracy of your reports nearly 99%. All right. The next is it's very simple to be used. Deployment administration use is very simple. Be you as a programmer or being you as a non-programmer who is using various tools of SAS, it's very simple, it's very easy. Even a layman's term or any person who does not have any technical background can also work into this field. Consistent, yes, it is having a very much, it is a consistent system. So when we say it's consistent, that means the data flow right from A to Z is going to be in the same form, in the same process, and the way the output is coming throughout the platform is going to be consistent. Even if the person is using the system sitting in the various areas throughout the globe, either it's in US, either it's in
Hello?
yes, am I audible?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. So let it be into various format or the data which is flowing in an organization throughout the globe. Like we have multinational companies have been spread into various countries. So if they have the SaaS platform, the consistency of flow of data throughout the system, let it be into any region, is going to be the same. Hence, it's consistent. And of course, fast. The quick output is the one of the reason where most of the organizations are looking ahead to use SAS, though it can handle huge amount of data with millions rows and thousands of columns. Some of the system gets hanged, but with SAS it's not like this. So it's very fast. Okay, so reports, analysis, results we can have in a very quick way to be analyzed or to take the decisions by the organizations. So it's intelligence platform. So why it's called enterprise intelligence platform? So when we say it's enterprise, so enterprise means at your company level throughout the globe, wherever we have the branches. So the system wherever it's into analysis, we call it as enterprise level. Intelligence platform, it's like when we have a data. Now you all are aware Data is the information, correct? So when we have this information, when we have this data, see, even if today, if you look into your mobile and you try to look or scroll for some information, even if you Google it out, that information, as you as a customer, Google is going to record. Google is going to save it into its database, and accordingly it will do the analysis, and accordingly in few minutes, or it may take some few hours for you, that whatever you was Googling, maybe for a related some item or some places of course you get located immediately due to maps. But yes, if you're looking out for some information, you get it within minutes, within seconds. You start getting those related ads on your mobile. So what is this all? It's all about intelligence way of working with the customer requirements. Now, why is all this? It's just because of the huge competition among the service providers, and of course retaining the customer, right? So this is one of the most important. So why it's called intelligence platform? So when I have this data, so when I'm Googling some information, Google is saving this data. So like this, it's not me as one of the user who might be using some of the information to be searched on Google. But like me, there might be thousands of people who is doing the same search at a time. So what happens is this all data is recorded. So when it is doing an analysis, so we can do this analysis either in two ways. We call it as business intelligence or we call it as statistical analysis. So when it is a business intelligence, it's like what is happening currently with your data so that accordingly, immediately the decision is taken. But when we say it's statistical analysis, it's about forecasting, it's about predicting that how this customer in future may be looking out for some option, and that is why you get the various ads about the various things which you are googling out. Okay, so this was just a simple example. Same goes if we are using this service providers, like for example, depending on the usage of every individual, that what is your uh, like what is a plan, how much time of your talk time is used, or what is a plan where you are using a long talk time, or you use most of the time roaming or ISD callings or all those stuffs. What is the use, or what strength you are using your data to be browsing. So depending on this, accordingly, when an particular service provider in telecom industry are using this app, they give you the recommendations immediately that what suits according to your task which you are doing daily on your phone. Accordingly, your service provider will prompt you that this is the plan which you can move ahead depending on the talk time rates you're using, or depending on the international calls you're using, or depending of your browsing information or browsing history. Accordingly, this is provided. So what is this all? So it's all tapping every and single activity by a customer from the service providers so that it gives you the better services with due respect to the competitions and of course to retain the customer. So this is the intelligence way of a platform where one can not only look into your data currently what is happening, but also you can look into the past history of your data, what has happened, and accordingly you can move ahead. So that is why it's giving you this example of a vehicle that a driver looks in front. It's currently what he's driving, and he's using this rear mirror to see what which car or which vehicle is going to uh, overtake him so that he can accordingly drive his car and not dash into it. Okay, so this is how it's intelligently we are in SAS the data is being processed. Moving ahead, as I gave you information, so just understand this again, that you have data, you extract the data in SAS, you store the data, you analyze the data, and you do the reporting of your data, which is presenting into graphical format into various ways. So it is called as business intelligence. So at the core, we are having data which is saved into various databases, either it's Oracle, IBM, SAP, Siebel, PeopleSoft, Teradata, Microsoft. We have various databases where data is actually extracted into SAS, and hence we can perform data integration, intelligence database, you can process analysis you can do, and business intelligence you do. Hence, data integration, intelligence database, analytics, and business intelligence under one platform. So since I can say some 10, 15 years ago, for each of these activities, people were using various tools earlier. So what was happening is for every tool, a new investment, number of people with that skills were being taken up, and accordingly the budget for that particular process was been increased by the organization. But when people started coming to know about this one platform intelligence way of working on SaaS, so investing into various tools for doing the same task was then reduced with SaaS. But of course, SaaS, make a note, if you ask me that then why people most of the time think of R and platform and why not SaaS. Let me give you one input here, that R, Python, or any other the softwares into analysis where people are using and huge, those are open source softwares. Okay, whereas SaaS is not an open source, it's a priority or it's proprietary based system. So when I say it's a proprietary base, as you know that we have a single owner for it. There is a scientist who have been developed it. He has still kept this organization as an institute and not as a company. Hence, it is a proprietary based and its royalty is too huge. And when people are looking ahead to invest or to purchase some of the features of SaaS, it's a huge cost. And SaaS always asks, it's like depending on how many people are using, what will be the type of data, what is the quantity of data, accordingly, the licensing has been provided. And this is very important when it comes to data security. All right. So that is why its SaaS is a bit expensive to be invested by organizations than to open source organizations. But irrespective, it's been expensive. People are still implementing SaaS and they are looking ahead for skilled professionals to work into this area. It's because of its accuracy, because of its simple use, because of its consistency, and because it's fast. And of course, data security is one of the important factor. All right. Yes. So as the same example I said you, so earlier people were using various tools for doing the same task, but because we have SaaS as a single platform, every task is performed under one platform or under one umbrella. So artificial intelligence and machine learning is also nowadays in big form, and SAS is also not lagging behind it. Yes, with artificial intelligence, machine learnings, with the various algorithms, you can perform AI and MI into SAS, MI into SAS as well. Okay. Apart from it, yes, what's powering SAS AI? So it's telling SAS visions for data science is not limited to innovation in tools. It has been quick to jump on any new promising analytical methods across multiple disciplines such as statistics, econometrics, optimization, machine learning, deep learning, natural language interactions as well. So some of the examples with AI machine learning, so SaaS solutions which are embedded with AI are already enhancing human activities to unlock new possibilities in industries like banking, government, retail, manufacturing, healthcare, and life sciences. So optimization AI with supporting technologies from SaaS, we have data management, visualization, deployment, and decision support as well. So yes, business solutions and artificial intelligence. So this is just trying to give you the graph for your data accessing till the report generation is always optimizing. It's always going upwards and upwards for business solutions or industry solutions as per the industry experts. So SAS implementation. So please make a note, everyone. When we are going to say about SAS implementation, we have core SAS and we have a clinical SAS area. And make a note, we have a programming environment and we have a non-programming environment of SAS. Okay, so depending on whatever the background of your domain is or you people are interested, you can always move into that particular area to look ahead your career. So these are some of the examples of industries with respect to Indian banks. Of course, we do have Citibanks, Barclays, ABN AMRO, and various international banks also who are implementing SS, IT fields, which they have various IT projects coming up into SAS. Education industries, including universities, are also implementing SS. We do have pharmaceutical industries, and yes, I will say pharmaceutical industry is one of the leading industries which are looking ahead to implement SAS. It's just because when a particular clinical research has been performed on any new molecule which has to be launched into market, we know that for this particular drug, when it is going to be launched, it has to be undergo research. We call it as preclinical and clinical research work. So what is a preclinical research work? It's nothing but a molecule is tested on animals for its safety and for non-toxicity, and of course how its efficacy and how it works. We do all these tests on human beings. So wherever human beings are included, it's called as clinical research. So when the data for both of the trials have been developed while conducting the research work, the data has to be sent for approval for this data for this study, and at every interval we have checkpoints done by the regulatory authorities. And when it comes for launching the product, it has to be approved from FDAs with their guidelines mentioning that the data should be submitted as per some of the guidelines of international standards, and into the electronic documents, into tables, listing, graphs, and that is very perfectly done by following these rules by SAS. And that is why most of what I can say, most, it's like every pharmaceutical industry which are into clinical research, they are implementing SAS for doing all these activities. We do have finance industries also which are implementing SAS, and there are certain consultants which are implementing SAS. There are some BPOs in India also who are using SAS. Okay, so moving ahead with your training, as I said you, in SAS, we have two environments. One is the programming environment and one is the non-programming environment. So the programming environment consists of base SAS and advanced SAS programming. And this is the two areas of our training which we are going to focus on. Whereas this all are higher end tools like clinical DI, visual analytics, statistical analysis. These are, we can call it as graphical user interface or point and click applications. So though these are non-programming, but when we are using point and click application at the back end, these are going to actually generate the programs. So even if you are going to work into any of the domain, banking, non-banking, or even if you're working into insurance domain, retail domain, into any of these fields, but the knowledge of programming is to be required. And of course, separate domain, we call it as clinical science. Okay. So this is what it is. So we are going to focus on our training for base SAS and advanced SAS, which is an programming environment of SAS, which we are going to learn. So job roles. So we are going to, once you are acquainted or been trained on SAS, you have various job roles available. So to begin with, as a beginner, you'll be starting as a data programmer, a developer, or a data analyst. Later on, you can move into data architecture, analyst, and of course, depending on your domain, you'll be working as a clinical data analyst. So see, this clinical data analyst or this data analyst is going to be the same thing. Only thing is the domain specific. Here you can work into clinical industry, you can work into banking sector, insurance sector, retail sector, any of these sectors. All right. And of course, SAS does provide you global certification. And if you want to achieve this certification, you have to give the online certification exam with SAS, where they will provide you like this the digital certificate stamp, which you can use on your CV to market yourself that you are SAS certified professional. All fine. So these are some of the helps for individuals for certifications, and of course, how it is going to enhance your CV. So for an employer, so it differentiates the most qualified technical professionals and attract the brightest for the opportunities into the market. You can retain the best for the employer. Okay, this is with respect to employer, that the best and the measuring employees with SAS knowledge are being retained, increase individual and work group productivity levels, thus maximize the value of your workforce. So to moving ahead, you people have enrolled with GuruSchools for SAS programming. So these are some of the openings with respect to US country, which just put on LinkedIn. I found some. So yes, we do have good amount of opportunities as SAS programmers. So either it's full time, part time. So this remote working. See, you can work into any of the universities. Also, you can apply for some of the tasks to be done on SS. So there are certain openings like SAS programmer 1 or 2. It's a remote opening. So this is again on LinkedIn. I just wanted to show you its entry level. Okay. Then this is with one of the university. The openings are there. So the average pay scale yearly, it could be nearly 80,000 to 110,000 K. So in dollars. Okay. So this is a very good amount to start with as a beginner, where you get a six-figure salary with upskilling yourself with SS. So these are some of the companies in United States which are looking ahead for SAS programmers. So let it be either pharmaceutical industries or non-pharmaceutical industries also, they are paying good. All right. So these are some of the openings. That's it. So thank you. Any questions for this particular topic as an introduction on SAS? Any of you? Any doubts, any questions? Yes.
No.
I hope people currently might be feeling that it's too big, or either your silence can tell either you understood everything or you did not understand anything. But yes, I hope it was a very simple presentation just to understand the system of SAS. All right. So for our training, as I said you, that we are going ahead with SAS programming. And if you remember, SAS is a proprietary based system. So most of its tools are paid tools, but we are going to work with the free versions. All right. So we do have the programming environment of free version of SAS called as Sas Studio. Okay, so we'll be working on that Sas Studio. So to moving ahead, that what the Sas Studio is and how we'll be working it, what will be the next steps in our program or in our curriculum. As I said, we are going to start with base SAS first and then advanced SAS. Okay. So what you'll be learning with base SAS and what you'll be learning with advanced SAS. Just a second, we'll be sharing that screen so that you get familiar or acquainted with what I am trying to tell you. So if you need a short break, you can just take a break of another 5 minutes and you can resume back within 5 minutes. All fine, people? Anyone
Yes.
needs a break?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
You
no.
can take, whoever needs a break, you can just take a break and come in by 5 minutes. Thank you.
Ashwini, I can't hear you.
Oh yes, sorry. I'm so sorry. So during our course, as you can see, we are going to learn SAS programming where the duration is of 3 months. Where within this 3 months, sorry, you will be learning base SAS and advanced SAS. Where base SAS would comprise of programming 1 and programming 2, whereas advanced SAS comprises of SAS macros and SAS SQL. So both of this are a programming environment, and for this programming environment, we are going to use the programming tool of SAS, which is the cloud application, which is the learners edition, which is available on SAS website, which is freely to be used by students, educators, professors for learning SAS programming and other features of SAS environment. So, and that is what we are going to use it called as SAS Studio. So SAS Studio tool to be used, the email which I have provided you to create a profile earlier, I hope you people have already created your profile. That profile to be created was giving this screen. Have you done this, any one of you?
Yes, I've done.
Okay, so Sarupa has done. How
Yes,
about Neelam?
yes, I have done.
How about Shanmuga? Yes?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Shanmuga. Did you create the profile?
Yes, I created.
Great. So this is the link for SAS Studio. Did I happen to send you the link also, every one of you? No. If not, I'll be doing it right away. Just so in your chat box, if you could see, I have sent you a link for connecting to SAS Studio. So please click this link. It will ask you to log in using your SAS profile. If you could see, I have put this link in my browser. When I click this link to connect to SAS On Demand Academic Studio, everyone can look into my screen. This is how you could see the screen, correct? So it's telling SAS On Demand for Academic SAS software, which is a cloud application which is free to be used by the people. So we can access now, but before moving into it, who can use it? So it's for educators, it's for students, it's for independent learners. Why choose SAS? So this is something which they have given here. It's a powerful analytic software for free. So you can access this software to perform programming and coding as well as some GUI interface also. So this is SAS On Demand Academic. You have various features and highlights. You have SAS Studio, you have Enterprise Guide, Enterprise Miner. These are some of the various softwares of SAS. Okay. So if you want to explore more, so you can view this. These are some of the videos which one can view it. So to begin with, when I scroll up, I hope you all can see this access now button here. Is the same coming to everyone on your screens? Yes.
Yes, Ashwini.
Great. Shanmuga, Swarupa, Priyanka. Can I get inputs?
Yes.
Ashwini, I am getting SAS via, but I technically should remember how to log into it.
No, I have sent a link, correct?
I opened that link only.
So this link should connect to this page about SAS on Demand Academics.
Yeah.
It should not go to VIA.
Yeah, I was logged into it. I just don't know. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so when you come to this, click this access button.
Yeah.
So it will redirect you for logging in with your details. So SAS on demand for academics, because I have already having this features or I have saved this along with it, it's coming with my signing details of email ID and password. So the profile which you have created with the ID password, you have to use that profile ID password to log in into this software. So please use your respective profile of ID and password, and then you have to accept the terms and condition by clicking this. So go ahead, everyone.
Yeah, I got it.
Others,
I was logged.
everyone having the same thing, and I hope you all are on the same page.
Yeah, should we sign in now?
Yes, sign in, please.
Okay.
So with sign in, you will get this type of information on your screen. You will get applications as SAS Studio and other ways of accessing. So the first one, which is SAS Studio, this is where you are going to work for our throughout the programming course, as well as post programming or post your course also. When you are practicing, you are going to use the same software for coding purpose. So this is what you connect with.
You want me to click SAS Studio?
Yes, every one of you, please do the same thing. Click SAS Studio.
Okay.
Okay, ideally, when you log in, it should look like this with code, log, result. Do you see the same thing on your screen?
Yes, Ashwini.
Great.
Yes.
All right. So this is what we are going to use. So this code window is the window where you'll be writing a program. So when you write a program and when you submit it, the log is the window where you'll be seeing if you have any errors or warnings or notes, and result is a window where you'll be looking for your results. Whereas the left hand sides, we have certain folders, servers, we have libraries, we have file shortcuts. Okay, so this is all about. So for your training, we are going to now work with, first we are going to start with PG1. Okay, that is programming 1. Fine. So with this, we are going to start with programming 1. But before that, I'll be now mailing you some of the documents related to your data, which will be working throughout the course. And of course, with your PG1 files, which is your PDF book. Okay. So please just give me a few minutes and then we can do it. Okay. So looking here, I have sent some data files. So you find this data sets are on your external drive, which you have downloaded. You need to upload it into SAS Studio. So as these are the various folders, accordingly in SAS Studio also you'll have to create the folders. Under PG1, you'll have to create activities, data, demos, output. So click one of the folder, activities, Shanmuga. Within activities you have certain files. Okay, so just double click. So you'll have to upload all these files accordingly in your SAS Studio. All right, now go back into your SAS Studio, Shanmuga. Here, yes. So please maximize the screen, please. Yes. So come to your left hand side pane, you have folders, but we are not going to have shortcuts of folders. Come the down folder, which is files. Yeah. So right click here and create new folder. And give the folder name as PG1, which is programming 1. Within PG1, open this folder PG1. It will not open because ideally it is blank. So click this PG1, right click and create a folder called activities. Okay, save it. Now right click this activities and select upload files. Choose files. So where is this PG1 folder? Yes, within it you have activities folder. Open, just open it. It won't upload like this. It's a zip file. Close this. That's why I was telling you need to extract this. Go back to your external drive, not here, not here. It's a zip file. Go back to external drive here. You need to zip it. Unzip it. Go to your external drive. Where is your downloads? Yeah, unzip this. Right click and unzip it. Extract, absolutely. So check out where you are extracting. It's in the same, either which ways. What I would recommend, stop this. What I would recommend is create a specific folder of SAS programming 1, programming 2 at a specific drive and accordingly extract it. So now it's happening here. It's let it be in your downloads, but others make a note that please download to a specific SAS folder, create a folder, save it in a specific drive, and accordingly you can save all the information there. Okay. Okay. Now moving into your studio, Shanmuga, come to your studio. Activities, right click, upload. Choose files. Now that unzip folder, yes. Open this. Within this, you have activities, open activities folder. Select all the files from activities. Select all. Oh, open. So you have choose these files to be uploaded into this activities folder from your external drive into SAS Studio and just click upload. So refresh it first. See up there. Okay, you already have. So see, these are some of the files which are now in activities. So like this, each and every folder from your PG1, you have to create like this folders within PG1 in SAS Studio, like output, demos, practices, and accordingly with the respective folders, you are going to upload these files. All right, Shanmuga? Yes? So go
Ashwini,
ahead and do, yes, just a
do
second.
I?
Go ahead and do for other folders, Shanmuga. Priyanka, you have already done it. You do not
Yeah,
do, no need of doing
that's
it.
okay.
Others, Nilima, I hope you have understood this, what we have done. No, not upload, Shanmuga. We have to first create a folder. Check the folders over there. We have activities. Then what is the next folder on your downloads? Externally, outside. Yes, here. Open this. Now, after activities, what we have? Data. So accordingly, you'll have to create a folder of data there in SAS Studio and upload the folders of data there. Go back in SAS Studio. Yes, within PG1, create a folder called data. New folder. Data. Save. Now within this data folder, now just minimize this folder of activities. Click that down arrow. No, 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 there. At the left side of activity folder, you folder, you have the small triangle which is showing down, triangle which is showing down control. Yeah. Um, I hope what I was explaining earlier, Shanmuga, you have understood it.
Yes, I understood.
So did you create a folder of data and uploaded the data files there as well? Okay, so whose screen currently I'm viewing into? Shanmuga's. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Now, Shanmuga, you can stop sharing and go and upload whatever we have into that PG1 folder, activities, data, practices, output, demos, okay, and even create me and set up all that you need to upload there. Okay. Apart from this, anyone, Swarupa, Nilima, I hope you have done the same thing. Do you have any issues, anything which you are not able to do it there?
No, I was not doing, I was watching everything, but I understood the process.
You understood, okay. How about Swarupa?
I'm trying to do it.
Okay. So can you just share me your screen, Swarupa? Okay, great. So you have already halfway done. Just click this activities. Let me check. No, I have not uploaded it since. Oh, you need to upload, yeah. Choose files. I hope this zip data you have extracted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Go into activities. Select all the files. Yes. Great.
I'm
Good.
sorry.
It's okay, no problem. So accordingly, do the same process for your other folders and contents within PG1 of that folder. Okay.
Okay.
So just show me your another mail where I have sent that PDF book. It's for everyone. Just pay attention. Where is the email where I have recently sent the PDF book? Check your inbox. See, it's telling PDF book. Yes. So
Yeah.
open this please and also download this. So please use this as your handbook. During our training, we are going to use this book. So please open this.
Just a minute. Hello?
So it's yes. So this is how you will be using this PDF book. So if you scroll down, it's giving you the contents of the chapters, and of course the every chapter you have the slides. All right. So this all slides I'll be showing you in presentations, and it will be the same slides which I have in my presentations in this book. So it's like your handbook, textbook. So you have to follow this whenever we are going to revise, practice, or take our sessions. All right. Nilima, Swarupa, and Shanmuga. Any doubts, any questions?
No.
Okay. So are we good for today? So you can stop sharing, please, Swarupa.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. If you're not speaking, I would request to please keep yourself on mute, every one of you. All right. I hope the process is clear to each one of you. Nilima, Swarupa, Shanmuga, Priyanka has already done it.
Yes, it is clear, but I have to do it.
No problem. Of course, this recordings I'll be providing it, so you can check the recordings as well.
So how fast are we getting the recording to us, in what way?
See, you will get it within 2 hours.
Okay.
See, for me it's a day.
Mhm.
There it's an evening. So the rights of this recordings I'll be sharing it to Dave, and they will be forwarding out to you in the group, SAS focused group. I hope you all are there in that SAS focused group, right? SAS group, SAS WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in that you will get the recording, don't worry.
Okay.
All
It's
right.
SAS Training GuruSchools, right? Group name
Yes,
is? Okay.
absolutely. Yes. And please make a note. You'll be having your training on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, 8:30 p.m., 2 hours each day. All right. And simultaneously, you people are also having some sessions through GuruSchools about your resume preparations and how the things are going to process. So it's a parallel process. So please attend those sessions, irrespective whether we have completed the topics or not. So that's not an important part, but that is the simultaneous way of grooming and upgrading or upbuilding your resumes. So please keep on attending those sessions. The messages related to those sessions to be attending, the link and the timings is coming in that SAS training groups. Okay. So see to it that you people keep on simultaneously attending it. And yes, so today we'll stop for the day. I won't stretch much for the day with all our training stuffs. So by on Thursday, we'll be resuming back to start our very first lesson from our PG1. All right. And in case if you have any doubts, any questions, anytime, you can always ping into that group of us. I'm happy to help.
I think we got the message and mail saying as Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
No. Fridays, it should be Sunday.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it is always an alternate day. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Why I wrote Friday, I will tell you because for me here it's Friday.
Oh,
So yeah, maybe that is my typo error. I'm so sorry. So it's
okay.
going
So
to be
it's
Tuesday,
uh-huh,
Thursdays, and Sundays.
8:30 p.m. EST, right?
Just sec. Is it Thursday? I'm getting confused with this time. What did I send? I'll just check it out. But just take it as it's an alternate day. If it is Thursday for you, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and the second day is maybe Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
One sec.
Wait,
Let me check.
you have
Let
sent me Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, which will make it Wednesday, Friday, and Monday for you.
yeah, no, that should not be the case.
It's alternate days, right?
It is
Wait,
alternate days. Just a second.
that means you're saying it will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
8:30 p.m.
No,
EST.
no, I'm correct. Whatever I might have given, for me, it's as I said, it's for me, it's Sunday. Sorry, Monday. It's because it's like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. It should be like this. But because we started on Tuesday,
Yeah,
hence I
same
gave
thing.
it in that way. So ideally, it is Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. My bad to be telling it now, but I had correctly given. It's going to be for you Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. All fine?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we'll be meeting now on Thursday, and from post Thursday, it will be Sunday. So it will be ideally Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Now, correct.
Off.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yes, for me, it's like this. All right. So let's meet on Thursday at same time, 8:30 p.m.
EST.
Okay. EST. Absolutely. EST.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
see you all.
Okay.
Bye
Okay.
and take care and wish you a good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye bye.